Hello.
Hey. Hi guys, we're back.
Yocheved.
Esther.
Thank you.
I'm sure she doesn't need an introduction. She's on so much.
Thank you. People wonder if I have a life outside of Facebook.
Do you?
Sometimes. She's one of the people, okay? You gotta be more receptive. People don't know, but around me is a whole house filled with chaos. But I make time for Facebook. This is true.
And I actually made time for Facebook today as well. So we're both in this process together tonight.
Right. So I'll tell you what happened. On Sunday, I saw Yocheved basically assaulted her on the street and I said, we had to do another live. Last time we did a live, it was so much fun. And we both gain a lot from it because, let's be honest, girls like to chat.
And we're pretty good at chatting.
Right. We talk too much.
We do.
According to our husbands.
And the amazing thing is people want to hear what we have to say. That's the most important part.
It's mostly just us.
You know, when we talk, we're actually talking to ourselves, right?
This is true. So the topic for tonight is really a topic that both of us are working through. So we decided let's make a topic out of it. And
this is no joke. Here's the proof. We even took notes on what we're going to say.
Came to my house.
I came early. And we took notes because we both wanted inspiration. So we're going to inspire each other tonight. And through inspiring each other, we're hoping that maybe all of you can gain some inspiration as well.
First of all, how cute is this look? I really like your hair.
Aww, you're so
very
cute. Thank you, Esther.
I always try to give her a compliment.
Thank you, Esther.
She's very sweet.
That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for.
So let's talk about the topic. It's getting unstuck, making your dreams a reality. And the reason why we chose this is because we're part of a group. And one of the girls in the group asked, how do you become a public speaker? How do you become a better speaker? So her vision is she wants to speak. And so she's asking the people in the group, I need tips, I need advice, and I'm afraid to speak, but I know this is something I want to do. And someone's loving your hair, Yocheved.
Oh, thank you, Shlamit.
Who did your wig?
Oh, I got it at Studio 18. Shout out to Studio 18.
It's really nice to give shout outs. Okay. So Yocheved and I like to publicly speak. You know, I'm a health coach, I'm a PA, do hall events. I wasn't always doing these things. And Yocheved is also publicly speaking. She's a PA. She's a lot of things. So when you look at that, you wonder, some people sometimes wonder, well, how do you get past yourself? Because the things that are holding you back are usually the things that are, if you break from them, you will be just flying. You're just going to run. Because once that little piece is gone, that little block, you know, like those toys that have a little thing that you have to pull out in order for it to light up, once that's out of the picture, all of a sudden you see all pieces of yourself start to open up. And then the point of why you're here in the universe starts to be really clear to you.
Well said. So I think it involves every single topic. We can talk about public speaking. We can talk about how do you become an amazing painter, a baker. Anything you want to take upon yourself is going to start with the first concept. The first thing is, how much do you believe in yourself? How good do you think you are in that particular task? If you want to be a public speaker, for example, do you think you have what it takes to be that way?
A lot of people don't think they have what it takes because that's why they're not doing it. They're afraid.
I think the opposite. They think in the back of their mind they are good at it, but they're worried about the obstacles that come with it. How will people perceive them?
Right,
will they be perfect in what they're doing?
If only we stopped putting that, what we think other people think about us.
That's a big one.
Imagine what could happen if you stopped out of what everyone else. There's a really popular quote: stop thinking what other people think about you. It's none of your business.
So in anything you take upon yourself, even going on Facebook Live today, my journey, I thought to myself, is this something I need to do? What will people think about me if I'm constantly going on Facebook Live? Are they going to have thoughts that this is something, am I looking for attention? What's the purpose of all this? Even today's visit, in the back of my mind, I had my hypocritical voice telling me, this is a waste of time. So anytime you want to do something and you know it's going to inspire others and you know it's going to reach greatness, you will have a voice in the back of your head which is going to try to stop you from achieving that. And the minute you have that voice telling you that this is a waste of time, that this is really useless, then you know that whatever you're planning to do is going to be great.
Wow.
Because anything that's worth achieving is going to have stumbling blocks. And your first stumbling block is your own mind.
Oh, that's true.
Your mind is going to do crazy things to you. It's going to make you feel like you're not capable enough. So the first critical person is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You are your worst enemy sometimes.
That's true. I agree. And I'm glad that you overcame your
I had no
your
way to
thought
back
of,
out. I was
she's
already
useless.
here. I was already here.
No, she came. She's like, baby, we shouldn't do it. I'm like, listen, you're here. We put this together. We're gonna talk. Listen, even if it helps one person, and that's another thing. Getting outside your own head means recognizing what you're offering has value for other people. I would never press play. Thank you for the love, whoever that was. I really appreciate you.
All the hearts.
I feel it. No, but the truth is, the first time I decided to do this live, I did it in my mother-in-law's memory. It has to come from like a place that's outside of you. And then after I did that, I felt like maybe I could do a little more. Yes, in the beginning, you will do it with stumbling blocks, like you said, mistakes, but you have to be willing to do it messy, because that's the path to greatness and mastery. And anyone at the top of their game, look at Oprah, I love her.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey is great.
All these celebrity actors, Angelina Jolie was talking about, when she got the award, she was talking about how poor she was and how her mother had to devote so much time into her children achieving their dreams because she couldn't achieve hers.
Wow.
And how she's holding that award for the sake of her
Wow.
mother. So all these celebrities,
they humbly. They start from small, humble beginnings. If you think that how can I do that? If I do one step, how's that gonna bring me there? They had to go through one step to get there.
And also, if you don't start somewhere, you'll never know what could have been the end result.
Right.
So unless you start, you won't know where this is going to lead you to.
Yeah.
Like when you started your Facebook platform, you didn't know how much you're going to blow up.
I'm not really blowing anywhere, but I'm
and
just...
and what a difference you're making to those around you.
Even just one person, this again, when you start to focus on there's one person whose message you can offer help with, okay? Your message can offer them guidance or support. You have some experience, some skills, some knowledge that you're specifically set up with. And Yocheved, I really want to mention this. Hold on. I want to talk about this.
While she's looking for whatever she's looking, I'm going to tell you that every single person has an obstacle. So many times we're looking at other people. For example, they achieved their dream career. They became a doctor or a lawyer or a PA or whatever career people have in mind. We always think that somebody else had it easier. Somebody else might be smarter than us. Somebody else might have had a husband that was always supportive. Somebody else maybe didn't have children and that's why they were able to successfully finish. Somebody else wasn't married. So we always think somebody else had it easier.
If they didn't have your problems,
exactly,
then you could have also done what they're doing.
But it's not the truth, because every single person has an obstacle. And nobody goes out there and voices all their challenges.
We don't know what they're going through.
So every single person...
It's catered to every specific person. This box, by the way, was a gift to me from a really sweet person and friend. Inside is a bunch of beautiful stuff to paint with. And I got very thoughtful the other day because I'm not as expert as I used to be. And when I draw, I feel a little bit clumsy. And then I realized something. Each one of us is given a beautiful set of artwork to work with. The question is, are we taking it out, holding it, and intentionally doing something with that skill, that gift? And I also want to add, there are people who are painting gorgeous murals, and you look at their set of skills and their canvas and all of that, and you're thinking, I don't have those things. I don't have those colors. My colors are dull and black, let's say. But do you know you're not meant to draw that tropical mural? You're maybe meant to draw a beautiful charcoal portrait. You know what I mean? Like, use what you got. Work with what you got, because the last thing is not that you drew an ugly picture. That's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that you didn't draw at all. That's the worst thing I can envision for a set of... This is not meant to die like this. This is not meant to go in the grave looking perfect. Do you understand? You have those things inside of you. It's not meant to go with a gift inside of you into the grave.
Which brings me to my next idea. When we have, who took the Jewish people out of Egypt? Moshe.
Right.
And Moshe had a lisp. He wasn't able to speak perfectly. He was somebody that was not a perfect speaker, and yet God chose him to take the people out of Egypt. What message does that portray to us? That sometimes we think we have imperfections, and our imperfections are going to hold us back from achieving greatness. Our imperfections don't hold us back. It's our mindset that holds us back. The minute we give power to our imperfections, that's when we won't be able to achieve anything.
That it's greater than us.
We have to stay strong. If there's any message that I want to portray today, it's going to be, there are so many people who are struggling. They're either in college right now, they're either in a mindset of opening a business, they want to get married. There's so many questions in the back of their mind. Will they be successful? The truth is, you will be successful if you set your mind for success. Mm-hmm. The minute you set your mind for failure, and you're going to give all the reasons why this won't work out, you won't try anymore. And the minute you're not going to try, you're going to give up. You're going to have obstacles. You have to stay strong, and you have to keep pushing yourself forward. Those obstacles are going to try to put you down. And remember, anything worth achieving is going to be difficult. There were so many obstacles. I always go back to my own obstacles. When I was in the PA program, my sister's daughter passed away. And to me, that was the biggest obstacle.
So sorry you went through that.
Because I had to take an exam at the same time where I was burying my niece. And for me to go back to college and take that exam, it was the first exam in the entire program that I actually failed. So the question was, will I have to restart the semester? Because in the PA program, you have to restart.
Right.
Or will they curve me and allow me to go on? And that's where the next step came. At that point, all I had to do was pray. Because I knew my professors are only going to be as good as what God allows them to be. So if He puts it into their brain to let me just pass it,
they're puppets to God.
they're going to pass it. And they had so much sympathy through what I was going through. They realized my place. They said, you know what? You've never failed before. You're going through a hard time.
Right.
We're going to curve this exam. So in every single situation, you're going to be faced with challenges. Those challenges can either make you or break you. Allow those challenges to make you. Because when you get successful, you will share your success story with everyone else. You will inspire everyone else around you.
This discussion. It's true.
Because I think it's important for people to know that nobody had an easy road. We all struggle in our own way. There are people that look like they have the best marriages. They might be struggling too. They might be holding on to that marriage because of the value it has to them. It doesn't mean that it's easy for someone.
Right. Comes with a price.
Yes.
Just because they carry well doesn't mean it's an easy
But the
burden
end
to
result
hold
is always worth it. Because at the end of it, when you do fight through it and then you end up building that love that you've always wanted, you can share your story and help someone else who's struggling.
Can I tell you, I lost these rings. All 3 of these rings, okay? 6 weeks ago. I thought for sure they were gone. I was really, really sad about it. This past Shabbat, my son comes to me and says, Mommy, look, I found your rings.
Wow.
He's a toddler. Listen to this, listen to this. I cried when I saw them. And the way I treat my rings now versus the way I treated them before, it's like night and day. So if you're going through like a separation of some sort from you to your desired outcome, recognize this separation is creating that momentum for when you get it back, you value it so much more and you learn to appreciate it and take care of it. This is the power, this is the power of turning a mistake into a lesson and an experience that you can grow from. Whether you made mistakes in your past or you're trying to figure out how to get through it, if you can appreciate losing something, it's not a mistake. It's a lesson.
I love that, because we all make mistakes, and don't for a minute think that you have to be perfect.
That's
There
another
is
thing.
no
People
such a
don't
thing
move forward because
as
they think they have to
perfection.
be perfect
You know
to
who's
make that
perfect?
step.
The angels up there. If we were angels, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
We're human beings. We're allowed to make mistakes.
Give yourself grace. That's another thing.
And the mistakes are only there to help us grow.
Right.
Because you'll learn from those mistakes.
I love you. You're so cute.
Right? So we're going to summarize right now. Esther's going to summarize today's topic.
I really just, I want to say, first of all, we have to do this more often. Put a like if you like Yocheved here in my house. Sorry, because Yocheved, she has not such little kids as me, so I have to get a babysitter if I go to her house, so whatever. But if you like Yocheved here, please show her your love, because I really love her and I want her to come more often. But Yocheved, I think all the points we mentioned, just to summarize, the first step to getting to where you want to go and getting unstuck is be willing, and listen to me right now, be willing to get it done as with embarrassment and with stepping falls.
That one.
Be willing to do it with mistakes, because what happens after, you do it like a master. Anyone who's played the piano beautifully starts off playing it badly. If you want to be a public speaker, speak, open your mouth and use it. You have to do the action in order to feel the confidence. If you ask me, does confidence come first or action come first, Yocheved? Action for sure by far comes first, because confidence comes with experience and experience comes with action. You have to do something in order to get somewhere emotionally to be more confident about that. This is true. So I wrote here, embarrassment is the cost of entry. I forgot who wrote this. I'll find it. If you aren't willing to look like a foolish beginner, you'll never become a graceful master. Be willing to look like a foolish beginner.
So don't worry about people are going to say sometimes. In the beginning, you may have a lot of critical people that are going to tell you so many things they didn't like about you. Take that as a learning curve. Mm-hmm. Take that as a lesson. Take that as a way of improving yourself. So if this is what they didn't like, it doesn't mean I should stop doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. It means I should perfect myself. I should do it better.
Yeah.
Take notes in your head.
You're a skilled person. The fact that you got this far in life, there's something to say about that. And recognize your strengths.
Your values.
Yes, yeah.
Your values.
Exactly. Make a list if you have to remind yourself, because there's something beautiful about you that is so different. And my daughter showed me this evening. Where is it? Oh my gosh. You continue, Yocheved. I have to show you this.
So while Esther's going back there, so I want to thank everybody for watching. We're not done yet. I want you to support Esther. Esther has a WhatsApp group that she shares her
it's not
thoughts.
Just me. Milana does it.
It's somebody else's group she's helping run. I have my
Sorry.
own WhatsApp group as well. If anybody's interested to join, we're going to be sharing the links on this platform here. And the reason I say this is because, again, we had something come up in our mind, and that was to help inspire others. And I think there are so many ladies out there that can help inspire others as well. If you have a gift, don't let that go for waste. Don't waste your talents, because when you look back and you get older, you don't want to sit and say, why didn't I utilize my talent? Why didn't I allow my dreams to become into reality?
I don't know where that paper is, but I applaud everything you said. My daughter gave me this paper, and I'll end with this. She said, and her teacher wrote this on the board too, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. If God wanted you to be like someone else, we worry, I can't be good enough like that. I can't speak like that. I can't do like that. God doesn't care if you do that or speak like that. He wants you to be like you. And that reality, once you realize that, it's so liberating, because you don't think anymore, am I like that person? You're not meant to be like that person. You're meant to be like you. You have an individual name, individual birthday, from individual parents who took care of you. All of that together combined makes you who you are in this era that's meant to be here in this time now, to do what you're meant to do.
God doesn't make mistakes. If He created you, He knew you had a potential.
That's right.
So He created you for a purpose. Utilize that purpose.
That's it. Don't waste time. I told this to my son today, who wasted time. I said, time is your enemy. Stop thinking you have a lot of it, and do something now.
Love
Time
that.
is your enemy. People think time is my friend. You get the same 24 hours every day. Stop believing that you have 27 hours tomorrow, because you have the same time tomorrow that you had today. If you don't make the most of it today, guess what? Tomorrow you're going to go through the same dilemmas like you did today, because you were unintentional. And I told this to my son. I said, listen, 30 minutes of studying isn't going to cut it if you're homesick. You should be intentional about your time.
But don't regret what you didn't accomplish. Always move forward.
I didn't tell him that part. I was like, no.
Okay.
I just told him that. Whatever. Yeah, you're right.
Amazing.
So anyway, we're going to go. If you have ideas for topics that you want to share, send it either one of our way. I would love to think of other things that might be valuable or meaningful.
And if this is helpful, we'll try to do them once a week, once a month, whichever
I
way.
like that idea.
Whichever way it works,
Yeah.
we will try to make time. And again, the whole purpose of this is to help somebody else, and it helps us grow as
Right.
well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
you for
you.
taking
Have a
the
good
time to
night.
sit with us. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. And if you found this helpful, I'll tell you something, it was meant for you. And if you think someone else can find it helpful, feel free to share. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.